Let's see if I can hit the button properly this time. Start A. Oh my god, I did it. Well, we defeated Raven. We're heading to the warehouse north. And we're going to go right over here to show that there's no little alcove down there, no little ventilation or anything like that. Why would he make a point to do that both times? Who knows? So I mentioned that this game has some, you know, it's a bit of a balance patch. Whoa, bit of a glitch there. Bit of a balance patch to the original. There's some things that are just different from what the PS1 version did that I much prefer. For one, you can see there's like a normal amount of gun cameras here. There's not the absurd cartoonish entire wall of them like there was on the PlayStation 1 that really only existed to eat up your Stinger missiles in a room that also gives you some Stinger missiles. But you also, if you're particularly observant, might have noticed on our radar, we've got a man. That's right, there's dudes in this room. Box time. Okay, let's drag you back here a little bit. Because we want that dog tag. You got one? You don't got one. Useless. Useless, useless, useless. By the way, that's still a trapdoor. I don't know. What is it? Why don't you tediously come all the way down those stairs and take a peek? There we go. You're going to go to sleep too. Yeah, not as many ridiculous amounts of gun cameras here. In fact, that wall doesn't have any of them. But you can once again see this weird, like, waterfall. I guess. It's not really a waterfall. It's like a drainage thing. And a ladder going down to... Now that it's even more well lit, I don't know. It still feels like that was meant to be a place I could have gone to at some point. How about here? Nope. No gun cameras here. So yeah. It's weird. Twin Snakes. Bit of a balance patch. I really do like a lot of the changes to some of the room layouts that Twin Snakes does, because it just feels, I don't know, more natural. It feels like there's a point where in the original you kind of stop seeing guards altogether, but in this not so much. Check out this camera angle. Look at that guard up there. Oh my god. It's Metal Gear Rex. That camera angle, that shot of Rex from underneath is going to be used in the next game. Believe it or not. I believe it's from this version of the game too. I don't think it's from the original. Box time said out loud like Fox die. Yep. Box time. Oh hey, Otacon.
It's me.
What's wrong? Did you find a good place to hide?
Yeah, thanks to the stealth gear. It looks like they've finished getting Metal Gear ready.
How do you know that?
I overheard them talking. Where are you now?
Right in front of Metal Gear. But it's strange.
What is?
There's no
It's like a
gear,
big dumb
no
dinosaur.
parts, no mechanics.
Who would build something? Oh, sorry,
Too
Otacon.
quiet.
Maybe because they're all ready. They said they even input the PAL codes.
What should I do?
All we can do is use the override system that President
Yep, we know all about that.
But I've only got one of the 3 keys. And besides that, like Ocelot said, there's some trick to using the keys.
Leave it to me.
You got some kind of plan?
Well, I'm in the computer room right now. I'm trying to access Baker's private files.
Baker's files? Don't you need a password?
Of course. But there are ways.
Are you a hacker?
Yep.
There's that little glasses
Describes me pretty
gleam.
well.
Does it look like
Ugh.
you can get in?
I don't know yet. I'll give it a try.
I'm counting on you.
Well, Snake, I'm looking for a way to play Twin Snakes in 2025, but I don't have access to a Nintendo GameCube. However, there are ways. They really should re-release this, though. I'm holding out hope that they will. So there's an interesting addition to this room right here. You can't really get a good look at it from this angle, but there's a little... I mean, I don't even know what you would call that, like a strange little balcony area. We'll see what that's about in a moment. You also might notice, rather than ladders, there's stairs. So this room has changed significantly. And yeah, look at that. What is that? Huh. Well, let's take out our digital camera. No, there it is. Steam caution. Liquid nitrogen caution. What could that be about? That certainly wasn't there in the original. Oh, yeah. We did get a look at it before, but there's the Chin-Chin laser. And we've also, speaking of Chin-Chin, aroused the suspicion of this guard. He's going to go all the way around, isn't he? Hello? Oh, look. Hi. Well, you're not going to be a problem. Excuse me. There we go.
Snake, it's me again.
How's
Hi,
it
me
going?
again. It's Snake.
Not bad. Past his 3rd security level. He was a pretty careful guy.
Ocelot typing out anime reference into the password box, hoping one of them
Systems I
works.
couldn't
Yeah.
bust into.
Oh, that was another thing I learned recently. In the original Metal Gear Solid 1, there was meant to be a room that allegedly was completed, but dummied out of the game, where if you crawled under Otacon's
I
desk,
did it.
You got past
you
security.
would,
Bingo.
you would find Otacon's secret
I accessed
anime
the
merch
confidential
room.
Metal Gear file.
So what
And
about
apparently,
the
yeah, they
Allied
fully
system
modeled and
Baker talked
textured and
about?
coded it, but
Haven't
just
found it yet.
decided
That's what
not
I
to
need
include
know.
it.
But Snake,
I don't think there's any
found
data
something
left
else.
over in the game,
What?
but yeah, that
The
comes
secret
from
behind
the
new nuclear weapon. Just
the
as I
integral,
thought, the
Metal Gear
nuclear
Solid
warhead is
Integral,
designed
which
to
is
be
the
fired
version
from
we
the
played.
recon like a
There
projectile.
are
It
untranslated,
doesn't use
uh,
fuel, so it isn't
you know,
considered
Japanese
missile.
only,
That way we can
text
get around
only,
all sorts of
codec
international
frequencies you can
treaties.
call that give
Pretty
trivia about the
sneaky.
game. And yeah,
Yes,
apparently
but
Otacon did have an
And that's not
anime
even the
room
scariest
at some
thing about
point.
this weapon.
I would love to see this. I would love to see if
It's
there's
a
any
stealth
data
You
anyone
mean
could find. As they just
Show
talk
off
about the
the radar.
railgun being able to
Yeah.
fire a warhead,
The
yeah.
truth is, they've been working on a stealth missile since the late 70s.
Why weren't they
Who's
able
been
to
working
develop
on
it
it?
up until
Hey, who's
now?
been working on it
Because
since
of
the
the
late
missile's
70s,
rocket
Otacon?
propulsion
Do you know
system.
anyone?
It was
Any
picked
relation
up
of
by
yours who
enemy
might have been
satellites.
around
Because of that.
around that time,
Unlike a
who maybe
missile,
was
the
working
railgun
on
doesn't burn any
Metal
propellant,
Gear,
so it
huh?
can't be detected by any current ballistic
Ah,
missile
I
detection
don't know.
systems.
An invisible nuclear warhead.
Totally impossible to intercept. And on top of that, it's got a surface-piercing warhead designed to penetrate hardened underground bases.
We learned
Harden
that
and
lesson in the
penetrate.
Gulf
Got it.
War.
This thing could mean the end of the world.
It's the ultimate weapon.
Otacon's
From a
frown.
political
He's so
point of view, it
he's
avoids
so
the problem of
dopey.
Nuclear reduction
Ugh.
and nuclear inspections. Colonel, is this true? Are you listening?
I'm listening.
It would push back the signing of the START 3 treaty. If word gets out about this weapon, it'd cause a whole world of trouble.
Yeah, it would be nasty. The United States would be denounced by the UN. It could even bring the president down.
Did you know this, Colonel?
I'm sorry.
You've changed, Colonel.
I won't make any excuses.
Snake, listen to me. This new nuclear weapon, it's never actually been tested. Only simulated.
You mean with VR experiments?
Yeah, that's why they were conducting this exercise. They needed to get actual experimental data to back up the simulation.
VR
What
experiments,
were the
huh?
results of the exercise?
It looks like it went better than they hoped for, but I can't find the data anywhere on this network. You'd think that data as important as that would be carefully recorded.
It was. President Baker gave me an optical disc with all of the test data.
What? Do you still have it?
No, Ocelot took it from me. Damn.
The terrorists have replaced the dummy warhead with a real warhead. Once they input the detonation
Don't be a dummy.
codes, they should be ready to launch.
Get that
So,
war out of your head. I don't know. That feels like
Well,
something that
the
would have been
dummy
a
warhead was designed to be identical to the real
after-school
thing, so
special
I think
sort
so.
of.
Did you find out how to override?
I don't know.
Not
Not
yet.
many after-school
It must be in a
specials, at
separate
least in
file.
America, would want to
Right
tell
now
you
I'm
the
looking
war
for
is bad,
all
though.
Baker's
So
personal files.
who can say?
We're counting on you.
All right. So you might notice also, with the way that this has been changed, I can't really get on Rex's back. We can't get up on the dragon's back. It's one thing I definitely prefer from the original version of this layout. So, Otacon mentioned something, yes, about VR experiments. You know, that they were just testing the capabilities of the railgun nuke. But what he didn't tell you is those VR experiments leaked out into the real world. Yeah, this is a weird mystery that no one's really sure what is up with. This appears to be one of the VR targets from the original MGS1. It's just here. No one's really sure why. It's kind of just there. Now, it's not the MGS2 style VR target. They're much more detailed. But for some reason, that's just floating in here.
Snake,
I don't think it means anything.
No, I haven't found
There's a
out
lot
about
of
the
people
override
saying that it
yet.
confirms that this is a
I found
VR
Baker's
mission.
ulterior
And
motive.
no, it's not. It's just a remake of Metal Gear Solid 1.
That's part of it. Arms Tech
Don't
is
be
in much
weird.
worse
Don't
financial
add
trouble than I
context that's
thought.
not there.
I know they lost their bid to make the next generation fighter jet. That, plus the reduction in SDI spending.
But yeah,
Looks like
neat
there's
little
even some talk of a
curiosity
hostile
of the game.
Everything was riding on this project, I guess.
And it looks like they were paying a lot of bribe money to the DARPA chief.
Bribe money, huh?
Yeah. And Baker was a big proponent of the
Nuclear deterrence. I wonder if we're going to hear about that extensively in a future game.
Override.
Just give me a little bit longer.
But yeah, I don't think there's anything else interesting about. Yeah, it's just up there in a really awkward place. I don't know why that's there. No one really knows why that's there. But let's eavesdrop and get one of the best animations in the whole game. One of the most necessary actions in this action game. Whoop! With the jet noises and everything. Oh, I love it.
Codes and disengage the safety device. We can launch anytime.
Entire YouTube channels
still no
dedicated to this
response from
asset's just
Washington.
hanging out in game for
It looks
some
like
reason.
we'll have
Yeah,
to show them that
I
we
do
mean
want to get
business.
more in depth with these and take. He pressed the touchpad with his
Said it for
stump.
Cherniton, Russia.
No. There's
With some of the
change.
trivia in these games,
The
because it
new
is
target
interesting.
is
But yeah, some
a
people
lot
are definitely
more
grasping at
China.
straws.
Why, boss?
Another little bit of trivia is in the original game.
Liquid.
Oh my god.
I'm sure neither you
In the
nor
original
Mr.
game,
Goodrich would
Ocelot
really like to
very
see a nuclear
confidently and
bomb
quickly
dropped on your
types on that
mother,
laptop.
right?
And apparently
Why?
that animation
There's
was
nothing
kind of
there.
internally
Wrong.
joked on.
It's a nuclear
Because,
test
you know, the game was made in '98.
A nuclear
And they're like, hey, old men can't use computers
If
that
we nuke a
confidently.
major population center, the game's over.
Anyway, yeah, it's this scene, but now that Liquid has, like, a face and more motions, oh, he is gonna chew the scenery and ham it up.
Meanwhile, Washington will be worried about the
I really love
retaliatory
Liquid in this
strike from
version of the game.
China.
He's such a
That'll probably mean top secret talks.
Weird
between both
man.
countries' leaders.
Of course. And in the process, the President will be forced to divulge the existence of a new and highly destabilizing nuclear weapon to the Chinese. What do you think that will do to the US's reputation? Or the President's?
And with the CTBT, that means that China and India... I see.
Yes. When the other countries hear about the
They do
new
genuinely
weapon,
look great
they'll
in
all
this
want to
game, though.
contact
Like,
us.
the
Washington
original
won't be very happy when we
is
start selling their
timeless
own
and
systems to
classic and has
highest
the most
bidders.
deliberate, perfectly crafted PlayStation 1
Yes,
aesthetic I've
the
ever seen.
President will break.
But
He will give in
I
to our
really
demands.
appreciate seeing higher detailed versions
Boss's DNA
of these
$1
scenes.
billion.
$1 billion. All for money.
That's not that much.
That money will be used to cure our genome soldiers as well.
You know, once we get the
I'm
additional
also including
19
the
billion, we'll
Foxdie
be able to
vaccine
buy
in
a
our
social
demands.
media website. We'll make it
Foxdie,
so everyone
you
will
killed
love
Octopus
us.
and the Arms Tech president.
We'll curate
So it's
all of the
true that it
content
affects
and
older
all of the
people first.
context. Nothing will
Mantis
go
might not
wrong.
have been affected because he wore
Clearly,
a
we
mask.
will be able to just
Wolf wasn't infected either. Perhaps due to those tranquilizer shields.
to just make it so everyone sings the praises of us and
Something
our
to do with
shitty
amphetamine
cause.
and adrenaline levels in the blood. They deployed a product still in development into live.
And then,
No
if we end up
surprise it
losing
was
money,
unreliable.
well, we'll just sell it
They
back
must
to
have been
ourselves.
desperate.
Ocelot, it's the perfect plan.
In any case,
I don't know, boss.
Have you heard from your
I think a
friend
lot of people
Colonel
would hate if you
Sergei
did something like
Golukovich at
that.
Spetsnaz yet?
Hey, Gurlukovich.
He still has
Surely
the
Ocelot won't
ability of
murder
Metal
him
Gear.
in a couple years.
Said we can talk after Metal Gear's test launch is
It was kind of funny, when this game came out, and I heard that line, I was like, what? Did they go back and write Gurlukovich back into the script? So then I immediately, naturally, I went back and played the original MGS1, and I was like, oh my god, they actually did have that plot point.
Superpower. They need to reinforce their nuclear arsenal. They need a nuclear
They definitely
weapon that
had
can't be
better
intercepted.
plans
Metal
early
Gear
on for
would
the
allow them to
series.
gain
Like,
first
there were
strike
some
capability
ideas of where they
over the
wanted to
rest
go,
of the
but...
world.
Oh, this series would pretty
Their
quickly go off the
regular army
rails.
is in shambles, and they think they can restore their country's military power with nuclear weapons? That Golukovich, he's no warrior. He's a politician.
Oh man, I forgot how hammy he gets. He's like approaching Alfred Ashford levels.
Heavy firepower.
He's got over 1,000 soldiers
He's
under his
he's no
command.
warrior.
If we joined forces, we could put up quite a resistance here.
Oh man,
Since
I
Mantis died,
love
the
Liquid in
genome
this game. He's
soldiers'
so funny.
brainwashing has started to wear off. I'm worried about the men's morale. An alliance with the Russians would boost that as well.
What are you saying?
We're not going anywhere.
His hair has a lot of
We're
motion.
going to dig in here.
Look at
It's
his
going to be
fluttery
a
locks.
long war.
We could still escape.
We have the new nuclear power.
Like
and
I said, they're
we're going
just
to
chewing
ally
the
with
scenery, these two.
Golukovich's forces.
Their gestures, their
Are you going to
poses,
fight the
their
whole
like
world?
their line delivery. Which, when you
What's wrong
consider
with
this
that?
is
Fighting
mostly
the whole
performative
world?
for Snake,
From here,
like
we can launch a nuclear warhead at
they
any
are
time
having a
on this
real
planet.
conversation with each
A
other, but they're
nuclear
aware
warhead
that Snake is
invisible to
watching.
radar and totally immune
So they're
to
hamming it
deception.
up.
And on top of that, this base is full of spare nuclear warheads. Once we get the DNA and the money, the world will
Oh, this
be
music is
ours.
great.
But boss, what about your promise to Colonel Golukovich?
I like him also grabbing Ocelot with the hand that later Ocelot would get. That's cool.
You're not thinking of reviving Big Boss's dream.
From today, you
Like-
can call this place Outer Heaven.
Big Boss's dream.
Like that was genuinely good. He grabs onto him and doesn't
Boss,
let go.
you're not
Like,
worried
hey,
about the PAL being overridden? If the code is entered again,
like I've got control of you, buddy.
No need to worry. The DARPA chief
Pretty cool.
and the Arms Tech president are both dead.
I don't always dig in
Know how
and make
the
a stand, but
override
when I
system
do, it's in an environment where rations freeze. Yeah.
Don't you know?
he didn't have
Ocelot, I'm starting to think maybe we should have taken over a base in like a tropical climate instead. You know, fatigues use a lot more material than little Speedos. Imagine the men running around in Speedos, Ocelot. Wouldn't that be just a devilishly delicious sight?
Let her live. She's Campbell's niece, and Snake cares for her. We'll keep her as our ace in the hole.
Meryl, she's alive.
She's not. Spoilers, she's not. We're going for the Otacon ending.
I
Yeah,
found
you,
Baker's
Otacon.
top secret files.
Great job.
How's it going there?
They finished inputting the PAL codes.
Supportive Snake.
So,
Great
I'll
job.
put
I
it
need that. I need a voice clip of that when I accomplish something. You know, when I get out of bed in the morning and brush my teeth, I just need a little button that I can hit that's Snake being like, "Hey, great job." Like, thanks, Snake.
Deactivate it. And if you insert them when it's inactive, it becomes activated. And you can only use
I'm
the
in a
keys
silly mood
once.
today. This is silly.
You need the
But
key
again, this is all the same story from MGS1, which we very recently experienced, so it's not like I have much
See,
to
that's the trick.
add to
You
it.
already have all 3 keys.
What are you talking about?
The card key is made of a shape memory alloy.
Shape memory alloy.
Shape memory
Yes.
alloy?
It's a material that changes shape at different temperatures. The key is made out of it.
This card key?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the card key changes shape at different temperatures.
So this key is actually 3 keys in one. Clever.
Can you see the input terminals in the center of the control room?
I see them.
Take out my
Those
little
3
scope.
laptop terminals are for the emergency input. There should be a symbol on each screen.
It's funny that it
Each
requires
symbol
3 whole
corresponds
laptops.
to a different key. You input the keys in order.
Think these
from left
laptops have
to
anything
right.
else on them?
The left ones for the room
Think they've got
temperature
like
key. See the symbol?
like the Cosmic
Next to
Space
that
Pinball
goes
game?
The low temperature key. The one on the
Or do they
right
just
is the
have
high
one
temperature
program
key.
each that just looks for a key
Okay,
card
I
and
got
that's it?
First I change the shape of the card, and then I input them in order, right?
That's right. All you do is insert the card keys. After you insert the key into the module, a hard disk reads the information contained on it. Once you've finished with all 3 terminals, the code input process is complete. But here's the thing. You can only use the key 3 times. It's an emergency system, and it's only meant to be used once.
You can use it 3 times, but you can use it once.
World is riding on that key.
Look how
Snake.
detailed that texture is. Wow, that's immaculate.
Who's that?
Yeah, stump bump it! Look at it, look at his eyes follow the bullet! How fast do your eyes have to be going to follow a bullet?
The key fell in the drainage ditch.
Look, he actually says it after it fell in. Yeah, look!
This is bulletproof.
I like that he
glass.
actually shoots
There's no
immediately.
way in. I'll enjoy
Makes that line
watching
make more
you
sense.
die.
And just again, it feels like, yeah, at this point,
Snake, you
why
got
not,
to
you
get
know?
that key.
Anyway, we gotta go get the key. There's a couple ways we can go about doing this. I think those dudes are still asleep. They might be, they might not be. So, it's a little difficult though because I'm not really sure. Okay, alright. Let's try it. Let's try some more hang, drop, catch action. Okay. Whoa, that's scary. There we go. We landed in the goop there. Let's get our mine detector. Because as we know, the key is made out of a special metal. Oh, we got a ration. We got time bomb. All right, we'll listen to the call.
Snake, did you find the card key?
No, it's not here.
Don't be ridiculous. You saw it fall into the drainage ditch, didn't you? The drainage ditch. Isn't there something odd about it?
No, there are a lot of big rats, though.
That's it, Snake. A rat must have eaten it.
Now who's being ridiculous?
No, I'm right. There's no other possibility. Rats eat all sorts of things. There's nothing unusual about that.
Yeah. So let's just get rid of this, Time B. Looks like a C4. It's got the blast radius of a C4 too. I think it might have just been timed C4. That had a smaller range than that. Anyway, we gotta get the rat now, and the way we get the rat is we gotta snipe the rat, which is so cruel. I don't know what triggers the rat getting it or not, but yeah, we kind of just have to sit here and wait to see it. Alright, we're gonna need to pop some pills, because this is insane. Oh, we don't have many left. Oh my god, this rat. No. Come on. Oh, I hate these sniping controls so much. There we go, and the card delightfully flies out of it. Because this is an M-rated game for mature gamers such as myself. So yeah, and if you look, it's got a custom little box. It says PAL key. So let's grab that. Secret Theater version of that clip. This is bulletproof glass, and it shows a crack spread, and Ocelot collapses. That feels like something they would have done, yeah. I hope they remaster those Secret Theater things from the original MGS3. Those were good. These guys are still kind of asleep, but you can see they've only got 1 Z apiece, which means they're about to wake up. So let's just oh. There we go. Load them up with tranquilizers. Okay, let's go put in the room temperature key that we've gotten from the rat. And let's get our universal remote just to deal with these. Hello. Bop. And room temperature PAL key. Where are you, room temperature PAL key? There you are. Accepted. That little Windows ass progress bar.
Confirmed. Awaiting PAL code number 2.
Okay, that takes care of PAL code number 1. Now, PAL number 2. Freeze the key.
Freeze the key is forever ingrained in my mind, just as an absolutely ridiculous sentence. So we gotta freeze the key. You know what that means. We have to go all the way back to the Vulcan Raven fight room. There's no other way. But what about those pipes we saw earlier, huh? Foreshadowing. The liquid nitrogen and steam pipes that were added specifically to Twin Snakes to function as, like I said, a bit of a patch. Let's see, I think they're here. Yep. So we can hang, drop, catch. Now, like you said, we gotta freeze the key. So let's just blast ourselves in the face with liquid nitrogen, and we've got the W key. Then we're gonna hang, drop, whoop. Well, kind of messed up my hang, drop, catch, but you know, it's fine. It's fine. Just a little low on health. So we can, of course, also heat the key with the steam pipe there. It's a fun little additional... Again, it just feels like a balance patch. It just feels like them going, yeah, all right, maybe making you backtrack through all these weird rooms, especially the elevators. Maybe not the most fun thing in the world. So here's a faster way to do it. And I appreciate that. How warm does a worm key need to be? Yeah, I always imagined it's like those little Hot Wheels that change color, you know? Snake would probably just put it between his thighs and, like, rub his thighs together. Maybe breathe on it a little bit, you know?
PAL code number 2 confirmed. Awaiting PAL code number 3.
Okay, there goes PAL code number 2. Next comes PAL number 3. Warm the key.